been waiting so long. Maybe he'll get here. Maybe my little fur head will come wading out of the water. But the more I lie here, the more the reality sets in. Spear's probably dead. I don't know what to do. I spend the better part of the day just wailing and crying. I didn't want to admit that I was this attached to him, but now that he's gone, I have to be real with myself. I am attached to him. He's the last memory I have that's tied to my children. I can't even remember their faces. It's been so long, I don't remember them. I've never actually dealt with it. I've gone so long just having adventures with Spear, and don't get me wrong, I absolutely adored it. I've been so busy throwing all of my existence into forging a new life for myself. I've seen my babies in my dreams, but they look totally different. Now, if you ask me to tell you what they look like, or what they were like, I don't remember. I don't remember. Is this what will happen with Spear? I know I've heard my family talk about this before. It's a normal thing with my kind, but I don't believe that to be true. It can't be. How can someone be here one moment and then you just forget about them the next? I haven't thought about my babies in so long, and whenever I do think about them, they feel like a memory, as if they never existed. Spear was the only thing that reminded me that they were real, and now he's gone. This is a new place, a new land. I don't know what's in store for me, but I smell something. There's so many different strange smells, and I decide to get up and go explore. There's nothing that's gonna happen anyway, and me sinking into depression is not going to work. I've had my cry, I've done everything I need to do. Spear's obviously not coming back. He's not. If I'm gonna end up forgetting about him anyway, I might as well distract myself and start to move on with my life. So I do just that and walk deeper into this woodland area. It definitely isn't where I came from. The smells are so strange and new, and I'm not gonna lie. Part of the adventures that were so awesome with Spear is that, well, there is always something new. Usually I don't like going out of my comfort zone. If I find a place that's nice, why would I leave it? But Spear was always moving, and because of him, I was forced to see and experience things I otherwise would never have. My father used to be like that too. I guess that's why I, despite me not wanting to admit it, like Spear so much. He really did remind me of my father. Sure, we didn't have the greatest relationship, but he set that foundation in me to always be brave. And my mother taught me to be brave, but to always be cautious. Everything that I see, and at first there are glints of smells that makes me think they're Spear. But as I get closer, I realize it's just a trick of the light and the wind. This goes on for many hours, and then it goes on for days as well. Each day, I wander deeper and deeper into this forest. I never wanted to venture too far from the beach just in case Spear were to come back, but something keeps calling to me. I can only eat so many fruits and tiny animals that I can manage to catch, but now the hunger is really setting in. I smell something. It's a strange smell. Very familiar, but strange. And as I put my nose to the ground, I not only smell a strong scent, but I see claw marks in the ground. What kind of animal made this? It smells familiar, but oddly strange as well. I can't really put my claw on it, but I'm guessing I'll find out. Whatever it is still in existence, and I can smell it all over this woodland. Clearly, this is part of its territory. Is it prey? I don't know. Just the fact that I smell something so familiar, and the smell is getting stronger, and oh my god, what the hell? Okay. What are you doing? I am so caught off guard. All the little bumps on my skin are standing up. There's something staring at me. It's alive. It's a thing with the face. It's a thing with a face. It's what in the what? Who? Calm down, Fang. It's okay. I stare at whatever it is that's looking at me. It's very jarring to smell something and know something is close by, and then to watch a rock wall suddenly become a face of another creature that looks sort of like you, but is not. I'm not going to lie, at this moment my heart is beating so fast, it sounds as though it's humming. And yes, I can totally hear it. Okay. What in the grass blade is happening? I'm so confused. I look at the thing that I recognize to be a male. I've not talked about my partner, the father of my children. Well, that's because it happened so long ago, and I don't really want to talk about it. But he looked similar to this person, but different. The males I knew in my area had the same coloration as me, but this guy looked a bit different. A lot different. Sure, there were other males that had red markings too, and strange markings. Our most common color was my beautiful teal color. But this guy not only had different colors and weird different parts of his body, but his anatomy was all wrong. What was that thing on his face? I've only seen him for a few seconds, but he runs off, and very strange behavior. You see, the males where I come from, they would see me and at least have the common courtesy to know I'm in the area and say, "Hello there, female. Don't mind me. I'm a male. I'm in the area. If you need anything, just let me know. If you need protection, all you need to do is ask. If you wanna, you know what, I am completely down to have some fun." And then I would say no thanks, yes thanks, or maybe some indifference, but the males always let themselves know. They always knew when we were around, so the fact that this male was just standing there like a freaking creep really unsettles me. His behavior is so strange. Despite how I should feel, it makes me more interested. I am so confused, so I look. Is he around the rock? Am I gonna find him standing like a freaking rock again? I don't call out to him because honestly, I don't know what the deal is with this guy. As I go around the rock that's shaped like me, he's nowhere to be found. I can still smell him very strong on the air, but he's disappeared into thin air. Am I going insane? I don't know what's happening right now. I think this place is getting to me. Okay then, I'm just gonna go. Food. I've been starving. Finally, there's something that caught my attention. I knew going inland would be a better idea, and at this point, spear is but a memory. I charge after the stupid animal. It stinks more than anything I've ever smelled. As I am chasing it, gaining on it, and about to catch it, I recognize something. It's that smell again, and I realize that someone to my right is passing me. It's the male. He runs so much faster, so much effortlessly, that it makes me mad. I hope he's not trying to take my meal that I found first. Are you kidding me? At this moment, he has not said a word to me, by the way, which is really rude for male manners. Growing up, based on what my mother and father taught me, males are supposed to always be courteous to females, but he's been silent this whole time. Maybe he can't talk. Maybe he's stupid or something. What are you doing? I ask him, and he only looks at me and just continues running. It annoys me that he can run so much faster. I am giving it everything I've got, and he is still passing me. No way are you gonna get my food first. He disappears, and I think that I'm in the clear. The creature turns around to face me. I've dealt with things that look like you before. I don't have a problem fighting you, bro. I am confident I'm gonna get the food first because the male has suddenly disappeared. Ha! Guess I passed him after all. I charge out to get my meal happily, and there he comes, right in front of me. How did he get in front of me? We both grab onto the large creature that honestly I didn't realize was as heavy and large as it was until I'm right next to it, and we start wrestling. Let it go! I saw it first! No, I saw it first, he replies in a deep baritone voice I did not expect. I saw it first, and I'm starving. I have not had anything to eat in a long time, and I will fight to the death for this meal if you do not let it go. Growling at him, I see his face soften. Then he lets it go. That's what I thought. So good. It's so tasty. Oh, this meal is so succulent. It's a shame you don't have your own. I know I'm being a jerk, but I don't care. You're right. he says.
You deserve it more than me.
Damn straight I do, I say to him, staring into his eyes. He's kind of handsome. No, he's not. What am I saying? You want to sit there and watch me eat it and be my guest, but it's just gonna make you feel worse. As he walks off, I experience the weirdest thing. Sympathy. Ugh, for a male. He's walking away, and I throw a piece of the meat at him. That's all he gets. He's not getting any more. I mean, I saw the food first. He looks back at me.
That's very sweet of you. Thank you.
Don't mention it. Like, seriously, stop mentioning it.
So are we sharing?
He comes closer to my carcass. My instinct wants to bite at him, but I'll let him share. He is pretty cute. Ugh! Why do I keep thinking that? But he is, though. He's unlike any male I've ever seen. His colors are weird, but unique. Like, he's not finished being made or something. And this oddly familiar feeling of us eating something together. I've experienced this before. Briefly, albeit, with my past male. And eating with someone else who's like me reminds me of my family. We used to eat like this. My mother and father and my siblings. I really don't like being alone. And so having the company is something I didn't even realize I needed. If I have to share my food, so be it. Besides, let's face it, main reason why I'm even okay in sharing is because, well, this is so big, I don't think I can finish it all by myself. At least, not today. And it did kind of help me bring it down quicker. It is nice having someone here again. And he's kind of cute too. Okay, anyway. Later that day, the male shows me around the place, or rather I explore with him escorting me. He's very annoying.
So how long have you been here? Why haven't I never seen you?
I don't know. I just washed up here with my friend.
Oh, you've got friends? Where are they? I've only seen you here. I've only smelled you.
You've not seen a little fur head walking around? I ask him.
No. What's a fur head?
A fur head... You know what? Never mind. Whatever.
So where are we going?
I don't know. I'm just exploring. You said there was lots of stuff to see.
Yeah, this land is pretty... How do I say it? Bountiful. You'll find food everywhere.
So, you're what, the king of this land or something? I ask him, trying my best not to look back at him.
I wouldn't say I'm the king of this land. That would be my uncle. But I am the king of this territory, yes.
What's your name anyway?
I called myself Range.
Frange?
No, Range.
What a dumb name. I'm completely aware that I am being mean on purpose, but I can't help it. I don't know why I'm acting like that. He's so big and imposing and handsome, and I don't like the way he makes me feel. He makes me feel vulnerable.
What's your name anyway?
My name's Fang.
I suppose that has nothing to do with that weird aberration sticking from out of your face.
Excuse me? I say, raising my eyebrows and looking back up at him.
Just saying, it looks strange.
Well, mind your manners, okay? I didn't insult you. He laughs, looking towards the trees. He looks back at me, and his tail twitches.
You've done nothing but insult me since you've been here.
And? I ask, waiting for him to challenge me, not realizing, or rather realizing that he could easily body me if he needed to.
I'm not complaining. Look, I am just so happy to see someone else here for a change. A lot of my kind, we decided to stay at the far end of this land.
What do you mean? Where's your family? Did you chase them away with your ugliness? Everything I say to him to try and push him just ends up making him laugh, and it's irritating.
No,
he replies.
They're not as brave as me. See, I found things here to make me happy. Very special things. And my family doesn't want to take the risk. I'm definitely a risk taker. That's why I'm here. And that's why you're here.
I'm not a risk taker. I'm perfectly happy being where I need to be.
That's why you came in from the ocean.
What? When he asks me this, I realize what he's talking about. Of course, Spear. No one of my kind in their right mind would have ever done what Spear made me do. I wasn't even in on it. I didn't know that was going to happen, but even if I saw Spear crossing the large water, I probably would have followed him. Or waited for him to come back, like an idiot, like I'm doing now. Range looks ahead, and so do I. Then he looks back at me. Why should I believe anything you say anyway? I don't know you. He narrows his eyes.
I mean, to be fair there, princess, I don't know you either. And you are in my territory.
He's got me there. You're right. Whatever. I keep walking on, kind of feeling embarrassed. My mother did always teach me, if you ever enter any of your siblings' territory or a strange kin's territory, you should always be respectful. I didn't see it as anyone's territory. I thought it was me just being washed up here against my will. But he's right. It is his territory, and I'm being really rude. And I know I'm being rude, but I just can't help being rude because I don't know how else to feel. He follows me into a clearing. Wow, what is this place?
This is what I wanted to show you.
What do you mean?
Ooh, they're ripened. Perfect.
He starts acting like a weird little fledgling. It's weird. What are you going on about? I ask him. They smell weird. This can't possibly be food. I mean, they look like food, but they smell awful.
That's how you know that they're ready. Oh, let me inspect them. Yes. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Come over here.
Range jumps up and eats one.
Taste is a bit stringent. Yes. Tarry. Sweet and bitter all at the same time. Trust me, this kind of food has been in my family for generations. You have to try it.
I look at him with my jaws clenched. How about no, I reply. It is fascinating watching him eat this, and I am hungry, but they smell not appetizing at all.
I know I'm a stranger and you don't trust me, but please, when it comes to this, you have to try it. See, I'm still standing. Come try it. Trust me.
I mean, okay, I guess. I walk over to try one. Just one. It melts in my mouth and seems to explode all over my face. I watch him staring at me with expectation. It's very annoying. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I'm waiting for it.
Waiting for what? I ask him in annoyance.
Your reaction. I want to feel what you feel through your face.
Okay, you're being really freaking weird right now. It is, oh my god. Oh.
Yes.
He says expectantly. Oh god, oh my. He laughs and eats with me. They're so good. The smell now smells like, it's bitter, but now it smells sweet. Like when you taste it, it has a completely different smell. What are these? I ask him, finding that I cannot stop eating them.
I don't know exactly what they are, but my kind calls them rippleberries.
Rippleberries?
Yes, because they cause a ripple.
What kind of ripple? What do you mean? I know what a ripple is, but I've never heard anyone talk about it as it pertains to food. He just smiles at me with a wink.
You'll see. Fang, this is your initiation into my land. Now, you are truly a part of my pack.
What the hell does that mean? I keep eating them and I start to feel weird. I do feel like little waves in my skull. Is that good? Range just laughs. What's so funny? You want to let me in on the joke? I ask him.
Oh, you'll be letting on the joke soon enough.
These are so good. I don't like how mysterious you're being. It's putting me off.
Won't be a mystery for very long.
I feel more ripples through my stomach, through my whole body, through my eyes, and it's not a painful feeling. It's actually very nice. Wow. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm on the water again, on the big water when Spear and I were floating here or swimming here or whatever. What's happening? Whatever it is, it feels amazing. I feel so good. I feel like I can run now. I feel so much energy, and this fruit makes me feel as though I can fly.
It's good, huh?
Range, this is beautiful. Have you ever tried eating them off the ground?
What do you mean?
I mean, these are good. Don't get me wrong. They make me feel so good. But when you want to kick, you eat the soggy ones. Range looks at me like I'm crazy, and you eat them fast.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Trust me. I mean, this is good. But if you want a really good feeling, eat the ones off the ground. The fermented ones. Those are the best.
That's disgusting. They usually have worms in them and stuff.
Just trust me. Range looks at me as though he is so disgusting, and then he looks back up at the tree.
I mean, I've never thought about doing that, but I've seen other members of my family do it.
Get your head down here and start eating some of these before I eat them all.
All right, let's see what you got.
By the time we're all done, Range is knackered.
Okay. This
I told you. Your high's good, mine's better. Do you feel how light we are?
It just makes me feel kind of sleepy, but trying to get me botched.
We both start laughing, and I am so happy. I have not felt this in a while. I used to do this back on my island. Now granted, these berries are even better. They're way more powerful. I've eaten berries from my land before, but they never had the kick these ones had. So I figured that the ones in the ground should be even better than the ones on my land, and I was not wrong. I can tell that Range is probably my age, maybe a little younger. He's been living here, and he's experienced when it comes to certain things, but I can tell, because of all my adventures and living with a fur head, that I'm loads more experienced than he is. Half the stuff I experienced in my life, I would not have had Spear not been in my life. I remember Spear. But that fleeting emotional moment is gone and replaced totally in the blanket of this awesome, overwhelming sensation.
You're alright, Fang, you know that?
I know. You're alright too, Range.
I kinda like you.
I like you too. The berries make us really friendly. As he licks my face, I blush. I'm not that high to not know what's going on. Now my feelings are just completely out there. The filter that I had before is completely gone. You stole my kiss, Range.
Can't steal what was already mine.
Range. We continue eating more of the berries, and we talk with each other. I tell him about my land. At least, I think I do. I can't really remember what I said the last 2 sentences ago.
So you have things back at your land like this too?
Oh yeah, we have so many different berries.
Well, we've got other types of berries as well. These are the most common, but there's some others that are shaped like tails.
I wonder what those taste like. Maybe one day you can come to my land and try out my berries.
Try out your berries? I think I like that very much.
It's been many weeks, and Range and I have spent a lot of time together. I reminisce on the past few weeks. I'm so happy. He and I are so close. He talks a whole lot more now that we're close, now that he's not that shy. I love watching his muscles move under his beautiful big body as he walks. I remember after we had had the fermented berries, we had slept the night, and the next morning we went back and had more, and then he would take me to new places. I loved experiencing new things. My senses were overcome with new stimuli. There would be times he would get too close, and I would feel nervous and push him away. Range, look at this! Range stops and looks at me as a leaf lands on my nose.
And what are you supposed to be?
I'm a berry beak.
A berry beak?
I declare you shall be granted a wish to come true, and then after your wish is granted, you shall serve me.
Is that right?
He asks. It landed right on my nose. I think these leaves like me.
How could they not like you? You're really cute.
Thank you. He laughs and blinks at me. I feel so shy around him. I feel like a hatchling again. Just being able to make him laugh.
Look at me. I'm a berry beak too. Now you have to serve me. Can't see with this thing on my face though. How are we supposed to grant any wishes if we can't see?
I start laughing, which makes him laugh.
Okay, Fang. So now you have to follow me. Ow!
I laugh so hard. I'm having so much fun, and I barely think about Spear anymore. I didn't realize how happy being with someone who was like me could be. There's just certain things that Spear wanted to play, and he was playful sometimes, but he couldn't do everything I could do, and I couldn't do everything he could do. And so there was always that limitation between us. As I look at Range, I realize, to my horror and delight, that I don't want to hide my feelings for him anymore. Range and I often go back by the shore to catch the little blinky light insect things, and we do many adventures together. Every day is something new that we experience. Every day we get up, he takes me somewhere else on his land. He allows me to experience new things that I've never seen before, And half the time when I think I'm the one exploring, it's him leading me to something amazing. And then he'll do this thing that I've caught on now, where I'll be like, I found this! And he'll just smile, but I realize now that he's doing it because he actually led me to it, and he wanted me to feel like I discovered it for the first time. I know now completely that it was him leading me there all along, and he'll just stay quiet until I find it, and then he'll start talking about it. We catch the fireflies, and I remember the first time that Range and I did this. We were by the shore, and I told him how I felt about Spear. I don't think he fully understood what a furhead was, and he just brushed it off. At some point, I stopped talking about Spear because it just seems as though it made him upset and maybe jealous. We had laid down on the shore, just looking over at the moon. I had felt him looking at me. My eyes were trying to stay as closely directed to the water as possible. I was so nervous. His thigh was touching mine as we both lay there in the sand together. I was looking at the moon, and he was looking at me.
Fang?
Oh no, here it comes. Yes, Range? My whole body had been shaking. I don't know what I was waiting for, but I was waiting for something.
I'm glad that you washed up here.
Me too, Range, I reply. Range, this place is so beautiful. I mean, when I first got here, it felt like I just wanted to get back as quick as possible, but now that I'm here, I kind of don't want to leave.
Don't want you to leave either. You're the nicest, funnest female I've ever met.
The minute he said that, I don't know what happened inside of me that made me switch off all of a sudden, but I got really angry. I then peered at him in the dark. What do you mean, the nicest female? Are there other females I should know about? He then smiled at me and scoffed. What's so funny? I asked him.
Fang, you don't think you're the only female I've ever met, do you?
What? Like, of course not. I mean, your mom and sisters?
My mom and my sisters.
What does that mean? I asked him.
Can't you just take a compliment?
No, that doesn't feel like a compliment, Range. It feels like an insult.
Why would you feel insulted by me saying that you're the nicest female I've ever met?
Why don't you just say nicest person? At this point, I didn't even know why I was fighting with him. I was rattling on about something, and I just registered him roll his eyes and then get up from his sitting position. And as I am standing and arguing with him, not even with him, at him, he slams his tail into the sand and yells at me.
Fang, shut up!
My jaw falls open, completely shocked at this outburst. How dare he talk to me like that? I'm leaving. I start walking away, but I expect him to follow.
Fine, leave. I don't want you here anyway if you're going to be acting like that.
This makes me mad, because now I don't want to leave. I whirl back around. Range, you can't talk to me like that. He just ignores me and sits back down in the sand and looks over the ocean. Range, I roar at him, trying to get his attention. He doesn't respond. He's shut down. I realize I'm not going to get him to communicate with me if I annoy him, so I sit back down in the sand beside him. Something weird happens. I crave his attention. Him not talking to me and now ignoring me makes me realize how much I don't want to be alone. Range, I'm sorry. You
just what?
He asks. Ooh, is he trying to... I take a deep breath and roll my eyes. I just got jealous. I can see a smile play on his face. He's trying to hide it, and it made me annoyed.
Then say that you feel jealous. Don't start fighting with me. I didn't do anything wrong.
I know, it's just... When I think about sharing you with anyone, just...
It what?
He said, looking at me. Makes me...
Why don't you want to share me with anyone? After all, we're friends, aren't we? I can be friends with whoever I want to be friends with, and you can be friends with whoever you want to be friends with.
Are we friends? I asked myself in that moment.
You what?
He kept asking me, as if he was goading me to say something in particular. I think I knew what it was. I keep saying, unable to finish the sentence.
You what, Fang?
Does he want me to say it? I asked myself. He looked at me, his breathing hard, his eyes peering into mine, glowing in the dark. I swallowed hard in that moment. My tail curled around my body. I felt so shy. I like you a lot, and I could see him smiling as though he feels he's won some kind of competition.
And?
Are you gonna make me say it? I had called out.
Yes, I want you to say it.
I want you to be my male, and I want to be your female.
Oh,
Was all he said. What do you mean, oh? I asked, nervous.
Oh, that's flattering.
He said, shrugging his shoulders and looking back across the ocean. Is he freaking serious? Is he freaking serious? Did he just... What does that mean? I asked him. He shook his head matter-of-factly.
I think it's kind of cute that you've a crush on me.
And don't you feel the same way about me? He looked at me and then looked back over the ocean.
I don't know, you're kind of annoying.
I was so hurt and so embarrassed. I felt like leaving right there and then. I got up immediately and slipped on the sand and landed on my butt. I was so embarrassed, even more than I was before. I wanted to cry. I don't usually share my feelings like this, but he set me up to embarrass me, and I don't appreciate that. I got up immediately and tried to run.
Fang.
He called back out. Leave me alone!
Fang!
I ran to the forest and found a rock a few yards away. I sat down and I cried. Why was I crying? I heard his footsteps behind me. I wanted to run farther away from him, but I was just too broken-hearted to do anything.
Fang.
He said behind me.
I was joking. Obviously I like you. I didn't think we needed words to confirm that. I spend all my time with you. I try to make you laugh. We're spending time looking over the ocean and at the moon. I'm not doing that with any other female, am I? I'm doing that with you.
But have you done it with other females?
What does it matter? I'm doing it with you.
I just don't want you to leave me, I said, finally being vulnerable.
I'm not going anywhere, Fang. You had other males before.
Only one.
And you had children.
I did.
The both of us come from very different worlds, and it's unreasonable for you to expect me not to have had a life, when you've lived enough for 1,000 lifetimes.
After he said that, I understood completely. I was being unreasonable, and I was being a jerk. I was still sitting there, in the sand, very close to the shore, but covered by the trees. I felt him step closer behind me. I couldn't see him, but I could feel his breath on my back.
I really care about you, Fang.
I felt a shiver down my spine.
I want to be with you. Only you.
I smiled. Really?
Yes, stupid.
I giggled, and he walked closer to me. I looked to my right, and I could see his claws in the dirt, his muscular feet standing by my side, his other leg and his other foot on the other side of me. He was standing directly over me. Instinctively, I straightened out my tail.
I love the way you smell.
I shivered again as he spoke in my right ear, and then he moved his massive head over to my left ear.
I like the way you taste.
He gave me a small lick on my cheek. I shivered again. Range.
I love everything about you.
Hearing his voice so close to me, as if it were reverberating inside me, made me feel as though I was going to explode. My legs got numb. My whole body got weak. I couldn't stand now if I wanted to. Not just because he was directly standing over me, but because I felt so not myself.
I am showing you the best way I know how that I love you.
Hearing the words made me feel like I wanted to scream. Is that right? I asked him shyly.
Yes, I'm giving you me. Do you want me?
Yes, Range, I do, I replied.
Then take me.
At that moment, I knew exactly what he meant. I had mated before, but my male that I had in the past was not as smooth as Range. No male I've ever met was ever like that. He acted like he was so naive and so humble. But underneath all of that, he was experienced where I think it mattered. That night, as the fireflies were flying around us, we mated under the trees. It was painful. He was so much larger than me, but feeling him this close made all of the guards I had around my heart fall completely. I was in love with him, and he would be my mate forever. Now, tonight, we continue our little tradition by ending the night near the shore and looking at the moon over the ocean. Tonight, the moon is especially big, nice, full, and round as we like it. Range is so powerful and beautiful, and as we lay down to sleep, I lay down with him. I feel so safe with him.
I love you, Barry.
He whispered to me, half asleep already. I love you too, Rangy, I whispered back. This felt so good, and I can honestly say at this moment, I am the happiest I've ever been. I thought I was happy with Spear, but this life that we have together, new adventures every day. I have no idea how Range is able to do it, but so far since I've met him, in the few weeks that I've known him, or months, or however long it's been, he's shown me so many new things and new adventures. Every day we pretend to be other characters that we've made up in our minds. His imagination is so wild. I would have never thought about any of this on my own, but he always gives us something to do. With me, everything that I see is what's real. But when he uses his mind, he can create worlds that I never thought of existed. 1 minute, we're berry beaks. The other minute, we're trees that have uprooted and are trying to find a place to migrate. And others, we're animals that have wings, hunting the other animals on the ground. We play characters and role play so much that I look forward to every new day. It's never boring with him. I love him so much. I had asked more about his family. He seemed to like being on his own. When I did press him about females and whatnot, he never wanted to talk about them. They all wanted big families, and he always wanted to be just him and his female and his children. I had asked him if he had children, and he answered me honestly that he didn't know. He mated with a few females. That much I got out of him eventually. Whether they had his children or not, he doesn't know. And they all moved so far away because of the dangers that he probably wouldn't even have seen them if he did. He always talked about this danger and it pushed his family away. But he always said it in a mocking voice, as if it weren't really dangerous. When I asked him what he was talking about, he just mentioned squishy sticks. I used to laugh when he said that. Even thinking about it now makes me chuckle. Squishy sticks. What in the world was a squishy stick? When I had described spear to him, he had asked me, oh, like squishy sticks? I told him no, because honestly, when I think of spear, that is not what he is. Fur heads and squishy sticks, I am completely 100% sure those are completely different things. But he claimed that's what his family is afraid of. And he's not afraid of squishy sticks because they're literally sticks that are very squishy. And when I have earned my place with him, then I could go and see the squishy sticks. That was a long time ago and I'd forgotten about them. But this morning, he wakes up. I am still so tired. He whispers to me,
Hey, Fang. I think it's time for the squishy sticks.
Range. We mated last night, and I'm so tired.
I told you it's going to happen when you least expect it.
I think it's squishy stick time. Can't we just continue the roleplay from yesterday?
No, it's squishy stick time. Oh, come on, Fang. It's going to be especially good today because they're out and they're about, and there's going to be so many of them. It's the perfect time to do it. It's nice and quiet.
I honestly thought he was making all this up and that it was just part of his imagination.
Come on, get up.
What are you doing? Can't we play this later?
No, let's go.
Oh, he was serious.
Now, you have to be very careful. They're really easy to kill, but they're also sneaky. Remember the berries?
Yeah.
Remember the long leaves?
Yes, I replied to him. Range looked dead ahead, and I tried to look at what he was looking at, but it was so foggy.
This is even better than that.
It is? I asked him.
Oh, yes. It's perfect, they're active, and they can't really see. They can't see me coming, so it's perfect. Imagine us, the dragons, coming from out of the clouds.
Oh, because we have wings.
Yes. And we swoop down on our prey. The squishy sticks are best to play when we're in dragon mode, especially when it's like this.
Why? I asked him.
Because the clouds are on the floor.
Oh. It takes me a while to get what he's saying, but now I understand. He wants to incorporate our role play as the dragons, or winged creatures, because they fly through the clouds. And it's easier to think that we're flying when we're flying through clouds, or when there are clouds present. The low clouds make that possible. Plus, the squishy sticks can't see us coming. At this moment, I still don't know whether the squishy sticks are real, or he's using something else to pretend that they're real. I'm just going to assume that there's some sort of fruit that he's pretending to be some sort of animal. With Range, I never know. I just go along with it, because it's fun.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, I say, fully awake now and ready to roleplay. And then we can mate after this.
It's always about mating with you, isn't it?
I mean, you're a good mater.
Oh God, don't ever say that again.
But you are.
A good mater. You're so weird, Fang.
I blush and smile, but part of me feels insecure. Does he not want to mate with me?
That itch to mate will come about after we deal with the squishy sticks. After all, when we have our babies, we have to protect them, don't we?
Our babies? I ask him. Oh no, I didn't even think about that. We've been mating so much. Could I? Nah. Do I even want more babies? I do. With him? I didn't really think about it. I mean, he had joked around before saying he was going to put babies inside of me, and I asked him what he meant by that, and he said he was just trying to be cool in the moment, so I didn't think he was serious, but that is what happens when we mate, right? But we've been mating for a while and nothing's happened, so I'm honestly taken aback. Is it safe for us to have babies? I think it is. I like this place, and I love Range. Come on, Barsky. That's his name for me. Our code names. As if anybody else can hear what we're saying. You got it, Yondo.
Now stay really close to the ground.
Are they scary?
Oh, they can be very scary, Fang. You've got to be careful.
As we start creeping through the fog, he pretends that we're flying through it. The moment I see these sharp sticks sticking out of the ground, I get nervous. Now I can smell what he smells. So, Range?
Yondo.
He calls back, still in character mode. Can we pause real quick on the roleplay? His eyes are completely forward. His body is rigid, and he's in hunting mode. Range.
Yes?
Are these squishy sticks real creatures? Like, not inside your head? He turns to look back at me.
Yes, Fang, I told you that.
Like they're actual, real creatures. He laughs. I love watching him laugh.
Yes, they're real creatures. Real flesh and blood kind of creatures.
Oh. Okay. Oh. Interesting. Now I am more eager to see what he's talking about. These creatures smell familiar. I've smelled creatures like this before, sort of. They smell kind of like Spear, but different. Thinking about Spear makes me smell him momentarily, but then the smell is gone. I think it's just a memory. We creep deeper into the foliage until there's a cliff, or sort of, and I can see these weird stones with holes in them.
We're here. Are you ready, Barsky?
Yes, Yondo, I'm ready. Range peers over and twitches. He smiles at me.
Got my back?
I got your back, I promise.
All right, watch this. This is fun, because I don't see it coming.
Don't see what coming?
Us.
He replies.
For Morda!
He cries out, and I am shocked. Oh my god, Range! Range, what are you doing? These are fur heads. They're not squishy sticks. They're fur heads like Spear. Sure, they look different, but they're his kind. For all I know, they could be his family. I'm honestly shocked to see them. I'm surprised at how much more different they smell than Spear. Mira smelled different too, but kind of similar, but she smelled closer to Spear. Actually, well, no, she smells kind of similar to these people. These poor fur heads. Range just killed them, and he's not even eating them, he's just killing them. Range, stop! Range! This is bad. One thing I know about fur heads is that despite how small they are, they can be very, very dangerous. And now there's so many of them, and he's gone into their, I'm guessing their nest, and started killing them for no reason. He's in the middle of it, just killing them, and I did not expect this. This is not something that I'm honestly at a loss for words. I am so scared right now, and Range is in danger. I can see another fur head with the same long tooth that Spear has, getting ready to kill him. That long tooth is dangerous. I have seen Spear do some horrible things with it. And the fact that there's a den of these things, I am terrified for Range. Range, watch out! The fur head launches his long tooth, and I watch as it penetrates the back of Range's leg. Ow! Range! I cry out. Now the only thing I can think of is protecting the love of my life. I jump down off of my perch and land on the fur head, beating him to the ground and saving Range.
See, I knew you had the guts for this.
Range, we need to get out of here.
Oh, this is fun.
Range, I didn't know you were killing fur heads.
Fur heads?
Yes! These are fur heads!
You were friends with a squishy stick?
They're not squishy sticks. They're fur heads.
Well, it doesn't matter what you call them. They're fun to kill. Come on. Feel how squishy they are? It's like tearing them apart.
I'm only doing this to save your life. Range, let's go home. Please.
Fang, what are you so afraid of? They're squishy sticks. They breed like crazy. It's not a big deal.
It is a big deal, because my friend is a squishy... He's a fur head.
That's not a friend, that's a pet. They're so useless. The only thing that they're good for is killing and eating.
You're not even eating them.
Alright, I'll eat a few to make you feel better. You happy now?
He rips off the furhead's arm as I hold it in place, making sure it's not a threat anymore. I feel bad about killing it for some reason. I mean, I'll kill other furheads and animals to protect my family, no problem. But these things smell so close to Spear and Mira. It makes me feel odd. Suddenly, there's movement from my right. I know that we're gonna have to fight a whole bunch of these furheads off, and I am not looking forward to it. I want Range to just come with me and get out of here. The movement's just standing there. I pick up the man, still in my mouth, because he was still alive at the time, and do my eyes deceive me? Huh? Fang? I can hear his look saying. Spear? Hey! You're... What? Range surprises me and comes charging out from in front of me and leaps onto and kills one of the furheads. By the way, I had now put together from talking to Range when I described Mira that she was a female. He said if something has a softer, muted smell compared to something else of the same species, it's probably a female. That's when I understood everything. The reason why Spear was so adamant about coming here in the first place. So now I can identify when something is more muted what it smells like. Mira was a girl, and this human that Range just killed was a girl too. I'm sure of it. And girl furheads, or whatever, are not as big a threat as the males. She was running away. She didn't even have a long tooth. I think only the males have long tooths. I still don't know everything there is to know about furheads. Mira not having any fur on her head. It's weird. But after seeing Range, I realized that a lot of us can come in many different shapes, sizes, and colors. It's beautiful, but I feel embarrassed. Spear is alive, and I can't even properly process what's going on, because Range is going on a killing spree and killing every furhead in sight. I'm embarrassed. Why am I embarrassed? Is it because Spear is looking at us? I'm happy that he's alive, and he's alive? I want him to meet my mates, but this is not a good first impression. And what is Spear doing here? Is this his family? Is Range eating one of his females? I'm so sorry.
See, I'm eating them. No wasting going on. You didn't eat yours.
Range?
What's that one looking at? What are you looking at, ugly? Why is she just standing there? I'll get this one, Fang. This one's big.
Range. Without me saying anything, he charges at Spear. And I already know this is gonna be bad. Spear grabs his long tooth, and my heart leaps into my stomach. I know that Spear is capable of completely killing Range. Instead of running away like the other furheads, Spear charges straight at Range, the two people in my life that I love the most. But before they can do anything, I leap in the way and roar at Range. Stop it! I call out at him. Range is confused.
What are you doing?
Don't touch him.
Alright, well, you weren't doing anything with it. You don't have to be so mean.
I can feel Spear behind me. I can tell he's confused. I've spent enough time with him to know. I growl at Range. I tell him that Spear means a lot to me, that this is my furhead I was talking about.
This is the furhead that you were talking about? This squishy stick? You're defending a squishy stick?
He's not a squishy stick! He's a furhead, and he's a member of my family.
A member of your family?
Yes, he's a member of my family. So, he is part of our pack. Me saying this seems to make Range so mad that he yells at me. He's in a total rage, maybe amped up from killing all of the furheads. I know he's roaring in frustration at me and the situation. He yells at me, saying that I'm being stupid. And all I can hear is the disrespect and annoyance.
I don't care about a stupid squish stick, Fang. Move out the damn way and stop being a dumb female.
How dare you, Range? I will not. I give up a lot of things to make you happy, but this is not one of them. He is my family. And if you love me, then you'll respect me. When I say leave him alone. You want to kill all the other furheads? Fine. But you are not touching Spear. I roar back at him. It's very embarrassing us having to argue like this in front of Spear. Range bites back at me, a mildly scalding insult. Shut up, Range. That's why I can see through your tooth.
Move aside.
He yells back at me. No! You stop! Why are you so hell-bent on killing this one?
You don't understand, do you, Fang?
Understand what? I roar back.
My family's afraid of them, and I always make fun of them for it. But the reason why is because these same things killed a lot of our kind. That's why they move away. That's why they're afraid of them.
What? I say in complete confusion. I don't understand. You said that there was no reason for them to be afraid, and Now I know there is, because now I know that they're fur heads.
I call them squishy sticks, because that's what they are to me. I decided to stay, because I wasn't gonna let these stupid alien creatures chase me out of my home. My family decided to leave, but I decided to stay.
Okay, but that doesn't give you the right to kill my fur head. These things might be your playthings. I don't totally agree with it, but that's your thing. Spear is my family.
Fang, you're being ridiculous. You don't even understand what you're doing. Sooner or later, he's gonna turn around and do the same thing that he did to my family, to you, and to your family. You don't think he's killed others of our kind? All of these furheads, as you call them, have killed members of our kind.
And we've killed members of theirs. It doesn't mean we can't be friends. He has a female, and we were friends with her. We were a pack.
Move out of the way, Fang. He's not a friend, he's an enemy.
The only person who's being an enemy right now, Range, is you. I hear what he's saying, and this is new information. There's so much about Range that I never knew before that he's all of a sudden just dunking on me, and I think it's very unfair. This is stuff we should have talked about a long time ago. I didn't know that the furheads killed members of his family. I mean, I guess that makes perfect sense why they would feel like they have to leave. I always wondered what would make a pack of us want to leave, but now I understand. And now I also understand why he's so hateful towards them. He's killing them for fun. It's also his way of revenge. He sees them as nothing because of what they were to him. Range, I'm sorry about your family. I didn't know any of that. I can't read your mind. But you cannot, and you will not, kill Spear.
If you're my female, then you'll move out of the way and let me kill him. The way you talk about him, I thought you were talking about a male of our kind. It's not healthy, and you know it's not healthy, Fang. So move out of the way.
No, Range, I will not.
Fang?
Range breathes in, as though he's talking to a little eggling.
My patience is wearing thin. Move out of the way.
Range? If you really love and care about me, you will not touch this one. I could tell that Range doesn't want to give up. He looks back at Spear and then at me, his eyes still narrowed, in hunting mode. His face looks as though he's been betrayed, as though I'm friends with the enemy. It's not my fault. I didn't know that he didn't like furheads like that. We're just staring at each other, and I can feel him start to give a little bit.
So you're going to take away my idea of fun because you have an unhealthy relationship with food.
You're saying that I have an unhealthy relationship, Range? I ask him, scoffing. You're obsessed with killing these things because of what they did to your family.
They're dangerous, and if they're allowed to breed too much, then they can kill my family easy. I've seen them do it to my cousins and my uncle.
I understand that, Range.
Do you understand it, Fang? Because if you really understood what these things are capable of, and how much they don't value our kind, you would not be friends with one. You wouldn't be keeping a pet.
I look into his eyes, partly growling, partly angry, but also partly pleading. Range, please. Please, at least let us talk about this. Range is still growling. He wants to hurt Spear, but I can tell when he looks at me that his love for me is overshadowing his need to kill.
I'm listening.
Just as I feel relief, Spear jumps out of nowhere and gets on my back. Let's kill him, he says. He's weak. Spear, get off. What are you doing? I yell out to him, completely embarrassed. Like, doesn't he see that we're having a conversation? Suddenly, Range is enraged. His eyes shoot open.
Fang, see? He tried to attack you. Move out the way, I'll save you.
Get away from him. Range goes flying into some of those decorative rocks, sliding on his side. Caught completely off guard, and he didn't think that I was going to tackle him the way I did.
Ugh, Fang, what are you doing? I was trying to protect you. He attacked you. Why can't you see what he's doing?
He wasn't attacking me, idiot. He was riding me. It's something they do sometimes.
Riding you? Like a pet? That's disrespectful. We don't even let our hatchlings do that, Fang. Why would you let him do that to you? He's trying to dominate you so he can kill you.
That's not what this is. You can't understand him. I can. Range looks at the both of us and is completely confused. I can tell that this is something very alien to him.
Fang, I don't understand any of this. I really am confused, and I love you. I don't think this is right. Being friends with the people who kill our kind.
He's not killed my kind. Remember when I said he saved my life? And he saved my kids? I wasn't just talking metaphorically. He really did save us. You never want to hear anything I have to say when it comes to him, and maybe you weren't listening to all the times I talked about him, but he fought other creatures, kind of like us. He killed one of them, the big one, the one who killed my babies. He killed it. He saved my life. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't want to live anymore.
It's because you didn't have a family, Fang. If you had a family, you wouldn't have to worry about any of this. From what you've told me, I know you're excited about talking about these adventures, but it seems as though all he's done since he's come into your life is lead you into danger. That's the reason that you're here. You almost died out on the open water. And it's just baffling to me how you can't see it.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, but I'm not asking you to understand. I'm asking you to respect me. Range breathes out, still staring at Spear, trying with all his might to not want to kill him. I can tell. Spear looks at us. I can tell he's confused too. Don't worry, Spear. He's not gonna hurt you. We're just talking it out. Now that I've gotten calm, getting him out of hunting mode, he'll be in a listening mood, I promise. I'm so sorry about this. This is not the way I wanted us to reunite, and I'm just so happy that you're okay. This is Range, Spear. He may not seem like much right now, but despite how angry he makes me, I love him. I don't know if the furhead can understand me, and I feel like I have to keep eye contact with Range so that he doesn't dive at Spear, because I have a feeling that's what he wants to do. I've seen Range hunt enough. He's very good at misdirection and making things think they should be looking one way when they should be looking another. Spear is looking at me as though he's understanding what I'm saying. I start to feel some relief. Spear then looks at Range. Range bends down lower.
Can you understand what we're saying?
I think so. I think he picks up little things here and there. Say hello to him.
You want me to talk to it?
Yes.
I just killed a lot of its family. I don't think it's in a talking mood.
Trust me, I don't think he cares. Maybe not. I don't know. But just don't make any sudden movements. Range looks at me and then bends down again to look at Spear. I want to smile because it's so cute. He's actually trying.
Hi, squishy stick thing. I'm Range. I've heard a lot about you, and you're really slightly annoying. Sorry I killed your family. Or if they were your family. What else do I say to it? I feel stupid.
It's okay. It takes some getting used to. Range is actually doing this for me.
I hope you don't think I'm gonna do this with all of them.
No, I don't care what you do with the others. Just, this is my furhead.
Alright, well, he's my furhead too. He works for us, right?
No, he doesn't work for us. Well, sometimes, but we're a pack.
I'm not packs with this thing. He's a pet. I'll call it a pet.
Alright, it's a pet. That makes you happy.
Yes, that makes me happy. He's not on the same level with us, but I'm willing to get to know him to make you happy.
Thank you, Range. Spear charges at Range, who roars back at him.
Did you see that? This is why you can't trust them!
Range says to me as I leap in front of Range to protect him. Spear, no! I yell back at him. Bad Spear, no! What are you doing? Oh my, I can't with you two.
I didn't do anything, Fang. I was sitting here, I was trying to be nice.
Spear, get back! I say to Spear. I cannot believe how annoying he is being right now. Maybe he's still mad about the other furheads being eaten, but none of them, from what I can tell, are Mira. I roar at him, telling him to back the hell off. Range is pacing behind me and very upset.
Fang, I changed my mind. I don't want to be friends with this thing. It's too wild. It can't be a pet.
No, I'm telling you, he's a good furhead.
Really? Because I can't tell.
Range, you attacked him first. You have to gain his trust, I say to him, wiping my tail over his face. Please don't attack him.
So I'm supposed to just sit here and let him attack me?
That's not what I said, Range. Just don't attack him back.
So you want him to bite me with that long spear and I not defend myself?
Yes, that's exactly what I want. I yell back. Range takes a step back. I can't see his face because I'm too busy roaring at Spear, but I can tell he's beyond frustrated.
You females are delusional.
Maybe so. Please don't attack him. I look back at Range momentarily and then look back at Spear, who seems to be trying to circumvent my block. Spear, don't you dare.
Did you see that? He's not listening to you.
I feel like ripping off my eyelids, trying to keep these two under control. It's aggravating. I sidestep Spear to block Range from his view. Spear? I said no. Fang, get out the way. He seems to reply to me. Move, Fang! All he has his eyes trained on is Range, my mate. What are you doing? Stop! I hear the sound of his long tooth piercing Range's skin. Range was trying to move out the way. I feel horrible, knowing that one of them drew blood from the other. Range suddenly falls down and I hear Spear follow him. My heart sinks. Range! I call out thinking that Range is dead, but he gets up almost immediately as Spear slides away. Range, are you okay?
What kind of question is that? You need to get your stupid squishy stick under control. Fang, this isn't going to work if you can't get him to listen to you. I don't want to have to kill him.
You won't have to, Range. It's okay. I got it. Having lost my balance momentarily, I get up and stabilize myself with my tail. Spear? Where is he?
He's right over here. He's staring at me.
I hear Spear roaring in anger.
Fang, he's charging at me! You little bastard.
I hear Range call out.
Come here, you blood spot.
Range's jaws are open, ready to kill Spear. Spear's tooth is aimed at Range, ready to kill him. I slam Range's jaws shut, putting myself in harm's way of Spear's tooth, waiting for it to penetrate me.
Ow!
I'm sorry, but you can't kill him.
Fang, he's trying to kill me!
I understand that Range is frustrated, and I completely see where he's coming from, but I don't know what else to do. Nothing I'm doing is helping, and the only way I can stop them from killing each other is to put myself in between them. Stop it, Spear! Now! Now I am absolutely mad. Range comes from around me.
Fang, you don't get it, do you? He's not listening to you. This is what he's designed to do. We're designed to kill him, and they're designed to try and kill us. The population getting too big is the reason why he's so brave.
No! Shut up, both of you! I scream out with my eyes shut in madness. Range! I said stop! Now!
Alright. I'm not gonna kill him. But I don't know why you're getting mad at me. He's the one who keeps trying to attack me.
You're bigger than him, Range.
You said yourself that he's dangerous and that he kills something 3 times our size. Forgive me for not wanting to take any chances when it comes to my life.
I don't care! I scream at him, crying out. I'm so emotional right now. I have no idea how to stop this from happening. Please, just stop!
I am, Fang. I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm actually trying to calm him down.
I don't want to hear it! Just stay the hell back!
Alright.
Range says, replying to me. He hangs his head low, and he moves behind me. I am so angry with him. It's not even his fault. I don't know why I'm angry. I look at his face, and I see him looking up at me lovingly. I mean it! Please, stop!
I'm sorry.
I know what he wanted to say. He wasn't the one doing anything. But I'm more mad at him because he's the one that started this. I look at his eyes, and I can't help but love him.
I'm sorry, Fang. You know that all I want to ever do is make you happy. And if it means that you don't want me killing the squishy sticks anymore, I won't do it. Alright? At least not when you're around. And I won't kill your squishy stick.
It's called a fur head.
Alright, furhead, whatever. I won't hurt him, okay? I love you. I want you to be happy.
I love you too. It's just, I need you to be the one to be more in control right now. The reason why he's acting like this is because you're a threat. He saw you killing his kind first. You started it. They weren't bothering us. Had I known that's what you were gonna do, I wouldn't have come along with you. Range's eyes bounce all around as this large head stays in one spot. He understands the assignment. Okay, I appreciate what you're doing. I need you to back up more. Please, just stay away. Prove that you're not a threat. Please.
Okay, I'll back up. I'm not a threat.
Feeling relieved, seeing that Range is willing at least to listen, I turn my attention back to Spear, who needs to be calm. I can see a bunch of his furhead friends behind him. Is this his family? They smell different. Maybe. Spear? Now, if you just listen, please. Range is my mate. Okay, do you understand? He's a member of our pack now. I hear Range scoff behind me. His jaws slam shut, very quietly, in disagreement. I know what he wants to say. It's Spear that joined our pack, but to be fair, I knew Spear before I knew him, so technically it's him joining our pack. His friends look so weird and peculiar, and at least they're not attacking. Spear seems to have a handle on them, as I have a handle on Range, but I can tell from his body that he is still willing to hunt. I look back momentarily at Range. Range is completely relaxed, looking bored and uninterested, and a bit peeved. But Spear looks full-on a war cry. Spear, calm down. Range isn't going to hurt you or your friends anymore. Please. He's my mate. I got him to relax. Now you need to relax. If you love me, Spear, you will not attack Range. But I should have known better. Because he's a stupid furhead, and they're so dumb, and they can't understand a word I'm saying when it completely matters. In a situation like this, where it is so important for us to communicate with each other, he seems to either not understand me, or he's pretending to not understand me. And he is being so recalcitrant, it's annoying. He roars back in my face in defiance. He understands me. He just doesn't want to listen, and this makes me more mad. My heart explodes in complete dismay and distress as Spear takes the opportunity while I'm yelling at him to leap upon my body, jump into the air, and do that critical strike he always does with his long tooth right into Range's back. Range! I never know when Spear bites with that thing, whether or not whatever he bit is going to die. I can see that Range is still okay, but he's in a lot of pain. And I realize Spear isn't trying to kill him, he's trying to hurt him, but why? Is Spear trying to get Range to leave? Maybe he figures if he bites Range enough, Range will go away. And I kind of understand why Spear's doing this. Range came in and started attacking Spear's kind. His kind is still very scared. Maybe he wants to get Range to leave because he doesn't know him. What has Range done? Why did I end up in the middle of this?